Oh, hey there, it's Tuesday. Today, I've got a secret, so don't tell anybody. But if you start to use this word, your English is going to sound advanced overnight. Hit it. Today, I'd like to talk about a word that will take your English from a basic level or an intermediate level and make you sound more advanced immediately. If you can learn to master this one word, you will immediately start to sound more like a native speaker. The reason why this word is so difficult for many non-native English speakers is because there's no direct translation, especially in Spanish. So, if you could start to use this word, you will immediately stand out from the rest of the people learning English. Something I hear people say a lot is something like this. It's possible that tomorrow it rains. Or, it's possible that I will go to the party. I understand why you're saying it's possible that. However, in English, we rarely ever use that phrase, it's possible that. Now, I understand why you're saying it's possible that. In Spanish, you would say es posible que o puede que. But in English, we use the word might. So, instead of saying something like it's possible that tomorrow it will rain, we simply say tomorrow it might rain. Or I might go to the party. So might is a modal verb. And in this case, might basically means possibility. It's expressing possibility. So anytime you want to express a possibility in English, just use the word might instead of saying something like it's possible that, and immediately your English will sound better. Also, it's important to remember with modal verbs that we don't conjugate the modal verb, so you simply say he might. You never say he mights or she mights. And also, after the modal verb, the next verb is simply the verb in infinitive form without to. So you only say something like this. He might go. It might rain. I might be there. Some other examples could be, es posible que ella vaya. It's possible that she will go. But we don't say it's possible she will go. We just say she might go. Another example could be, puede que ella no te escuche. She might not listen to you. So just making this simple change in your English, using might more often to express possibility, will make your English sound better immediately. Now, if we want to express possibility in the past, or we want to guess about something in the past, we just want to say might plus have plus past participle. It sounds complex, but hear me out. If you want to say something like tal vez llovió anoche, we would say something like it might have rained last night. Of course, you could say maybe it rained last night, but if you use the might phrase, it's going to make your English sound a little bit more complex. Another example could be, it might not have been a good idea. You could say maybe it wasn't a good idea, but saying it might not have been a good idea is going to make your English sound more advanced immediately. Now, just a quick note with might have been or might have rained. When we say might have and we speak quickly, we usually say mighta. It doesn't really sound like might have, it sounds more like might or might of. So, if you wanted to say something, it might have been, you wouldn't really say it might have been, you could, but you would usually hear somebody say something like, it might have been, it might have rained, she might have listened. So, remember that when we're speaking fast in English, we usually cut the words, and so we sound like we're saying mighta instead of might have. Now, I'm going to leave you with the bonus section. And this isn't really related to possibility and using might, but it's a common expression using the word might. And the expression is might as well. Might as well basically means you're offering a suggestion to do something even though you don't really want to do it. However, it's logical to do it. It just makes sense to do it. Now, an example of this would be something like, oh my God, it's Sunday? I came to the office because I thought it was Monday. What do I do now? Well, I might as well get some work done. I mean, I'm already here. Así que en español sería como que no puedo creerlo, es día domingo. Yo pensé que era lunes, estoy en la oficina. ¿Qué hago? Bueno, ya estoy aquí, mejor que empiezo a trabajar. Another example would be, I hate going to the dentist. I hate it. However, there's a really good promotion this month. There's a really good sale, so I might as well get my teeth cleaned. Eso traduciría como algo, odio ir al dentista, pero hay una promoción que sale muy económico este mes y debo aprovechar de esto, entonces mejor que hago una cita o hago una hora con el dentista. Okay guys, that's it for today. I really hope this lesson was useful for you. It's a simple change and a subtle change in your English. If you start to use might instead of it's possible that, or maybe, your English is going to sound more advanced instantly. So I hope you start using it. If you liked this video, please let us know and leave some comments below, and I'll see you next Tuesday.